Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? We just got some people in the room. It's already, timing, miscommunication, and an issue that I had all weekend long about a disgruntled customer who was unaccountable for her artwork but wanted to blame me and take it out on me and report me print an hour to the Better Business Bureau as if I'm responsible for her artwork being fucked up. I just led to a lot of miscommunication, so that's why this morning's motivation on a rainy day again here in Finland. You can just see it's pouring out. It's just dripping on top of dripping. And I was like, people are tripping. And I'm going to have this conversation because it just so happens that ego and entitlement and miscommunication or misperception takes place in almost every workplace and every day of our lives, and we got to communicate better. Saints addiction leg out. So let me clean this camera off and keep editing these videos. I'm tired. I'm crazy. I'm still working on everything. I haven't stopped working on it this whole weekend. Finally started scheduling out everything. I got my schedule. I'm a very organized person. You know what I'm saying? And, do you clean it?
Yes.
Do you know how to clean dishes? You don't even know how to spell dishes, so it's all right, bro.
It's not much, so it's...
So that's I got cleaned. Oh, it's a miracle of Jesus. I didn't think he was going to be bored. I thought he was going to be left in the manger with all the other dishes.
No.
Nah, he was bored.
Yeah, when it's fine, it's fine.
When it's-
When someone else decides to do it.
But I keep doing your dishes when you're not around. So how's that work?
Well, yeah. But
Yeah.
If you didn't do it, I do it when I decided to eat next time because I don't have any clean dishes.
Yeah, but if I don't do it, I won't be able to use the fork and eat after you eat. Just take your time with that. Just let that sink in. Just let it keep piling up. I appreciate you. I love you, bro. That's why I do it. Oh my God. But communication right there, miscommunication, people that insinuate things and say things that they don't mean or say things mean or miscommunicate every day. It's a human behavior. It's quintessential. It's not like somebody's just going to get an aha moment. I've been waiting for a couple of human beings to just be like, you know what, I was wrong, or you know what, that was my ego, or you know what, I did have to borrow your fork and actually clean up after myself. People are going to be just like that. They're not going to snap to, even when presented with facts or something. What is it? What was it called? Is it an ego bias? What's the bias? No, perception bias. No, what's the word when people look at things? Here, I got the internet here. What's the term for someone that can see their own bias? Let's look this up. Google. Cognitive bias. That's what it is. Okay, yeah. And when you're having cognitive bias, you're going to be like, my thinking pattern is the only thinking pattern, and no one else can see this pattern but my own thinking, and therefore my thinking has to be correct. We usually see this when I'm actually looking on my videos in court cases. Like, they used to be people's court, and so far this morning I've seen somebody thinking that the dude bribed the HOA for a parking spot. He's like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I can't be here. And he's like, lady, he's not responsible. Her other parking spot's only 30 yards away, but he bribed the HOA. He must have, because that's my parking spot. And the entitlement, and then this guy has to stop his work and his life to come in for a lady that's got a cane and a broken arm. You probably got the same algorithm. Or the lady that says, he's following me in the parking lot, he's staring at me, I can feel his eyes, I'm an influencer, I got my ass hanging out at the gym, but it's his fault, he's watching me. And it's just like, we watch these things. We see these things with our own eyes. We have our own perceptions. People perceive the world through their own cognitive bias, and they think that what they see is right. This guy must have bribed the HOA. This guy must have followed me or staring at me at the gym. Or what else have I watched that just usually discrepancies between people? This morning was the guy that took off a real diamond ring and replaced it with a cubic zirconian, and then she goes and sells his car, but it didn't have a title in his name, and she kept the cash. We do all sorts of things. So anyway, my point being in this was that I had a disgruntled customer, and the cash cleared this morning like some $600+ or whatever, and I wanted to refund her. she had reported me to the Better Business Bureau because her artwork wasn't done fast enough. Mind you, one of the owner of the shop had just got a stroke the same day, right? His whole left side of his face is drooping, and she's entitled to faster print, even though her art didn't come fast. And then she had to go for a workout, and then she had something wrong with her transmission, and then she tried sleeping around the order with other discount printers, and then end up emailing me, calling me Omar, but I'm Mark. Or the other guy named Mark, whose hair was on fire from England, he called me on Sunday, trying to get his art or all his print stuff. Like, wait, I got the order here. Let's see. First it was brochures, and then some banners, and then he wanted 80 brochures, but they weren't brochures, they were flyers, and then 3 to 4 banners, which is it 3 or is it 4? And what size are they? I don't know. I think 3 by 6. I got nothing. Hair on fire. Flyers, okay, 200 to 250. And then it was 4 to 5 different versions of the flyers. Then he finally emailed it to me, and then it was just 50, and then it was 800 of the other. And when I told him that they're $1 per side, which is $1,600, and then double, which is $3,200 for some 800 flyers on a Sunday, where you would take me from my kids or a barbecue or my free time, just because your hair's on fire, he decided to call me back and tell me that he got everything done for $500 at FedEx Kinko. So I was like, good for you. I do print an hour, and that was 4 hours later he finally got it done. But he wanted to gloat or punish me or try to blow up my spot with a video call. This is why I normally don't give people my WhatsApp information, because they'll try to blow you up to argue. This is the miscommunication that takes place with many human beings. They aren't settled enough. I'm even watching videos where people will get their car in front of a diesel and get hit, and these guys have dash cameras, and like, you're brake checking a bigger vehicle and expecting not to get ran over from the mentality. And this is why I was like, this is miscommunication central. It seemed like everything I was doing yesterday was miscommunicating, and I almost bit off all my fingernails just in nervousness and going like, what do? Do I waste this chick's more time because she called me a Better Business Bureau? Do I contact her people that are on the flyer and let her know what I'm dealing with? And the money just cleared this morning, and my friend's like, you should charge her a pain in the ass fee. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. As a matter of fact, I think if you refund somebody through my Stripe payment system, it'll actually charge me to refund somebody. So I didn't want to go that route. I don't fight with people. I'm not going to go die of a heart attack because of some stupid shit. And that's what I was telling her. It's all stupid shit when you boil down to it. They say everything's our life. Well, it seems so poignant when it happens to us, right? And then over a long enough timeline, it's comedy to somebody that looks at it from the outside perspective. So it's just one of these things where, as much as we'd like to communicate, especially like in relationships, what was the one that I heard today? The guy, oh, I bought you a gift, a Father's Day gift, but it's first of all, you got to go pick it up, and then you got to go use it, and I'm inviting friends over. It's a grill. And the guy was like, I had plans to go frizz golf with my friends, or whatever his plans were, who knows these things. But she's like literally giving him a chore, and the guy goes like, here, I got you a gift. It's a vacuum. I need the floors cleaned. We got people coming over. So you can see that when we are empathetic or wearing the other person's shoes, we'll be like, okay, obviously this form of thinking isn't exactly healthy, right? These aren't healthy thoughts that we present. We'll just see our own perspective, which is the cognitive bias. Or lo and behold, not give up any of our position. I see it often in the police videos where the cop's got like his foot in the door and he's like, you don't have a warrant, get the fuck out of here. And the guy's like, you gotta answer my questions or show me ID, and try to boss people around. That's enough, go back. And there's always a show of force. They call it a show of force, the intimidation factor that you're going to do as you're told or as I tell you to. And then if I can get you to capitulate, kind of like a dog, they treat people like a dog. I remember when the guys broke into my shop, they told my mom, sit down, like she was a dog. And then I was just like, this is horrible. I'm in my own shop up against the wall, like I stole something from myself. And it's enough to miss the bus. The miscommunication is enough. I took them to court, or they took me to court. I show up with my mom. We show them this. They show these photos of now open, but I'm like, I didn't even have a cash register. I have pallets, about like 10 different pallets in the parking lot. You can't even park there. I even have a big 18-foot ladder. I obviously wasn't in business yet. These guys come in, sneaking around, poking around, and then they lift out and they have their badges. They were miscommunicating from the jump, and I got the judge sided with them, saying, "I think your mom would lie for you." And I was like, "What? You know what I mean? What? Yeah, she'll do anything for you to lie for you." And I ended up getting $1,000 fine that went into warrant. Went to jail for this. This is a true story. And even when I was getting transferred to this jail, the lady's like, "I've never seen this charge before. Starting a business without a business license in Las Vegas." It was like, it's because I wasn't open yet, you know? But because I had my friend put now open when the doors open, because we were doing construction, it wasn't open yet. It didn't even have a cash register yet. And they decided to come in and sneak in and harass me, which has got a 500,000 views on my channel. You can go see, you know, it's like Las Vegas, you know, harassed by Las Vegas. You need to keep filming. Look, somebody just hit me with that. Yeah, comment on a video following around. You keep filming the creepy guy. Yeah, I told some people that was another miscommunication. I went and saw a video. I'll actually show you this one too, where the girl was, you need to keep filming the creepy guy off the side, staring at her and pulling out his phone, right? So she's thinking the same thing. This girl's got a big balloon over her head. I said, look, the dude at the top of this situation here is so funny. She's attention whoring. I said that, and this guy looks over right here, and then he just looks away and pays attention to his own day, and he's over it. Look, he looks away. He's got better shit to do. He's not interested. She's doing everything she can with her ass hanging out and a balloon over her head, trying to get attention. This dude's doing his own thing. Well, other dude comes in here, right, and he whips out his phone. It starts filming, and she's like, "Wait, I wanted attention, not getting it from him." But the other guy's coming, and now the girl makes the comment that, "Nah, you need to keep filming the creepy guy that's obviously falling for the attention and pulling his phone out," and gives a puke face emoji con. And I posted that. I thought it was funny that the other guy thought for himself, you know, and just was like, you know, forget this girl, I got better things to stare at and do with my time. And he thought for himself. All the girls jumped all over me. This was the miscommunication day I had yesterday, saying, "I see a girl that's just practicing the trick, and that girl's my friend, and she works for the circus," and all these other things. And I was just like, look, dude, it's obviously that we do things for attention, validation, or love. Everybody has intentions, right? And then her intentions, she was trying to get attention. And my point was that the other guy wasn't paying attention. Lo and behold, I must have got 7, 8 different messages. I mean, I don't even know. I can go, let me see, hold tight. Let me see, do I have it on the screenshots of all the girls that just went ham on me, talking about, "I don't see what you see." And I was like, a lot of people saying, "Hi, Jenny, I see you." A lot of people see things differently. We're not supposed to be the same. This is the variety of the spice of life, but obviously I was miscommunicating because everybody else, let me see, did I screenshot any of these things? I don't even think I even bothered with the screenshots, or maybe it's on this phone, but I ended up deleting the comment because it got so much action of people saying, "Well, I don't see a thirst trap. I see a girl that's just practicing her thing." And I'm like, well, if she was just practicing her thing, you would just practice in silence. You would be recording it, and you wouldn't be having your ass out, that's for sure. And you don't have hot pants, and a big old bubble says, "Hey, pay attention to me." Like, I want people to look at this thing. This is why I posted it after Burning Man. And unfortunately, this is something that's happened to that event, is a lot of sparkle ponies have showed up, people that are not prepared for the wind and the blackouts, the whiteouts they call them. They don't have any water, they don't have any tents, they just have outfits, and it's as much selfies and pictures and cool Instagrammable things that I can get from this event, instead of radical inclusion or leave no trace, or what's the other ones, decommodification, and all the other ones that come with it. There's a whole set of rules. I don't want to have to go through it, but the level of entitlement or misperception or miscommunication was so large that that comment blew the fuck up. Now I never make any comments. I just love that the dude had his own mind, and then his girlfriend came up on top of the dinosaur and he held her face and gave her a kiss. They were living in their own world in bliss, regardless of big yellow balloon girl doing her thing without any clothing, and you know what I mean. And the other guy comes up and he sees it as cool, and now I guess he's a puke emoji con. So everybody had such extreme reactions to this same video that I had seen. Let's see. She said, "I'm claustrophobic. I'll die. I know what I should. I know you should wear protection at Burning Man, but this is overkill." That was kind of funny. I have no idea why this video triggered me so fucking much. Did anyone else find the wacky maneuvering bubblehead stand lady bugging? I said, I guess it was a trigger. You know, trigger warning. I love burners. What? Never seen a girl in a balloon before? Babe in a bubble. This is dope. Love it. Anyone know who this is? I love the idea. She needs a breathing tube. I'm way too invested in this. Imagine a storm hitting while the bubble protection from. You silly though. Careful, you might blow away. What the as fuck? WTAF? I don't know what that is. This is brilliant. How do you breathe? Where do you get the balloon from? Would be a bad time for the beans to kick in, because she did have on her hot pants. 37th chime is the charm, something like she couldn't even do the handstand. It was just like looking for attention, right? Like she didn't even do anything. It was all the practice. It wasn't even the finale, and everybody was bugging. Major health hazard, limited oxygen. This is high quality content. Keep them coming back for more. I actually know this guy Jesse, and he's a man whore. He's really tall, and he just fucks a bunch of different girls. I think he's poly like that. I wonder how much good air is in there. Awesome, good work. I found the new sexual fetish and kink. A lot of people gave it thumb up, and then the other girls jump in. It's called lunar fetish if you want to dive in. All right. Love the creativity and the minor adjustments along the way. Well done. My body stays straining to left, trying to help you out while I watch. This one's keep the dust out. Underwhelming, but at least she's having fun, right? Everybody's just like, this is just a lot of attention. I love stuck porn. That's what the other guy said. People laughed. A for effort and sexiness. Love you, silly. The meaning is stay out of my bubble. Never this amazing. Haha, just a big blanket. Yeah, that's super cool. Humans are so much fun. Oh my God. Did you work with an F-lotomy or colonial? You know, it basically triggered about 8 different comments, this miscommunication yesterday, that I didn't expect. I never make any comments ever, and apparently I'm a trigger warning, because it was like, look lady, you're looking obviously for attention. It wasn't your perfection, it wasn't your final moment, it was just you practicing. So obviously you're in an outfit that's revealing, and anybody else that takes their phone out is going to be called a pervert for doing so, but you're demanding the attention. And my point was to point to the guy that had his own mind, didn't need to. There's so much going on in Burning Man. You don't need to just stare at one thing. There's just like overwhelming stimulation, and apparently my communication of saying the attention whoring, which I have a shirt design that says attention whore, and I have another shirt design that says thirst trap, because this is what's happening, you know. People will submit their artwork late and ask for a discount, and then go report me to the Better Business Bureau, but not be accountable for them going to the gym having transmission issues, and then saying that they're going to activate their credit card and call me back, and then text me back and say that it's too much money. So I went over backwards for this person, and it's always the high maintenance ones, right, that end up complaining. And I've done this before. I've been in sales my whole life selling cars, and there's people that are easy to deal with, and there's people that are not easy to deal with. This is life. This is our human interactions. But the miscommunication here is that people will always perceive as their position being right, and the needs that they need to be met. Like the other girl, the guy was on the video, and he was like, hey, I'm short on cash. They're eating Chick-fil-A with her nails done, and he's like, can you come up with it? And she's like, oh no, I'm just a girl. And he's like, you know, nails done, eat Chick-fil-A. I just knew we should be eating Chick-fil-A right now. I'm always making bad financial decisions. And he's like, it's only 1 month. Like, I pay for it all year round. can you cover your rent? I'm just a girl. It was like, I'm just a human that also needs rent. There's a lot of girls that pay their own rent, and they're just girls too, and you're over here going like, wait, you can't take care of it for me while I eat out and do these things? And then they'll ask the girls, what do you bring to the table? And he's like, I want princess treatment, I want flowers once in a while, I want to be taken out to dinners. She wants to be wined and dined. He asks, what do you want to do? What do you give back? And she's like, I've never been asked that before. And you can see the disconnect. You can see the miscommunication of people that want things or need things, or are entitled to things, or their perception, their cognitive bias is that they should get their print fast, or you should be paying attention to it because they're in a yellow bubble, or no one's allowed other opinions because they all perceive it differently. And that's what I loved about this situation. I've explained to my friends with the blind spots is that the psychologist for Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee put his change out in his hand and he threw it on the table. He said, what do you see? And she's like, I see 3 round objects. He said, what do you see? Tommy goes, I see 30 cents. Both are correct, and they're looking at the same thing. This is why it's so cool to have 12 different zodiacs and 250 countries, 262 I think in the world right now. But whatever it is, everybody's going to have a different way of looking at it, a male and female version of looking at it, a zodiac of looking at it, a cultural way of looking at it, and an upbringing, the way you were brought by your parents of looking at it, and all of them could be true. This is why we have the court of law. This is why we have public opinion, and this is why all these people just spit it out on me when I was like, look at the amount of attention whoring that this guy's disregarding. Got triggered alert, man. It got everybody popping off, and I didn't read off all the comments, but the girl's like, I see someone's artist expectation and your opinion is no longer valid. And I'm like, if you didn't give a fuck about my opinion and you want to instantly disregard it, just disregard it. You don't have to write out, I disregard it, and waste your time. And the comments, bro, I never read comments, and my ex used to be like, what? That's the juiciest part. And that's like, everybody that's attention whoring or drama queening or can't wait to stir the pot and eat the popcorn, they will pay attention to that shit. I just post it and I leave it. I edit the videos, it's done, it's out, on with life, on to the next one. Not to sit on my laurels and explain it to somebody else. And the other day, I think I was doing a live yesterday or day before, and the guy's like, shut the fuck up. And then I was like, shut the fuck up? Why are you wasting your time telling me to shut the fuck up? Do something to fuck up. Like, just do it, Nike. Don't be worried about me and trying to get me to shut up, or you got no control over the situation. Do you? You know what I mean? Like, this is a waste of time. And by the end of my live, I didn't realize, but the guy said, I apologize. And then he ended up leaving me some pretty cool messages afterwards on my other videos and my shorts. But I was just like, you know, to go out of your way to tell someone to shut the fuck up, or go out of your way to be in hot pants and a big balloon over your head, or go out of your way to make comments to somebody you don't even know. The girl was like, Saint, way to go with that last name. People have opinions. When you put it out there in the public, in the air, in the ether, they're going to have opinions, they're going to have comments, and to be immune to it, right? Just disregard it. What the fuck? It's just a random person and their random opinion. It's like you go into a bus and you poll everybody on what you think and how you feel. By the time you get around to yours, your decision might even change. This is how fickle people are. This is why you don't want to have fake appreciation or fake validation, because that'll change. It's just like anybody else. Oh man, you're the man, till you get knocked out. Terrence Crawford didn't knock out anybody, but he beat Canelo, and everybody's like, yeah, you're the man, till you lose, till you got no belts anymore, till you're an NBA player on the side of the road, homeless and in the rain. As I look outside, all these people in their umbrellas and shit. So we all get rained on. You know, we all got opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And if you think yours is just the only one, right? Like it's just your God. It's not just one God, the monotheism. There were 3,000 gods over the civilization of human beings. And I've practiced around the world, you know, Buddhist temples in Thailand, or at the edge of South Korea, they have this really cool Wat or temple, and the Hagia Sophia, Ihana, you know, the Hagia Sophia, and it is the biggest, was a Christian, actually, from Constantinople, Emperor Constantine in Turkey, in Istanbul. It's not even called Constantinople anymore. It's called Istanbul. So it even changed its name. It changed its own religion. This is just a building, but it's a beautiful building. And I'm not Muslim, but I went inside. And of course, I took off my shoes and paid respect. The way you do it, the way I do it. Let's just go, But in Rome, do as the Romans. You can do unto others as you want to do unto yourself. It's back to the golden rule, and we can all have our own opinions and still be human beings about this. Then you alleviate the miscommunication. There's no way I would have been going around the world telling people that I'm all stuck on my shit. America's the best, it's the best country in the world. I don't walk around like that. There's so many other beautiful countries, and they're cool in their own right. And the other ones that I love, like Thailand, has its black eye with prostitution. It's just what it is. So no one's perfect. Not one perception is correct. She shouldn't be report me to the Better Business Bureau calling me a liar when she didn't deliver her artwork to the last minute. This is what's ended up happening. So I bit off all my nails. I miscommunicated with some models. They're like, send me the shirt. I'm like, give me your address. They fall off. The other girl was like, I can't even open up your website. I was like, check out my designs here. You're on Instagram. Try to go to my website. She sends me a screenshot. Your website's not working. I screenshot back. It is working. And I haven't heard from her since. So there's so many people that'll be like, yeah, I model. I explain it to them. They leave me on red. Or I sent out a package last week. Where is it? And it's just like, there's a lot of incongruencies here. Not everything adds up. There's way too many points that need to connect, especially with 12 different zodiac signs and 262 countries and God knows how many languages. We're all going to have our own different perspectives, and that's what makes it healthy. Variety is the spice of life, and not everything that we do, we want it to be the same. Me and my friends, like, we're eating. What are you guys eating? Same, kebab. They even got me a salad and shit. Like, you want salad? I'm like, yeah, I'll eat a salad. I've been craving something healthy and salad and stuff, but they're like, well, where's the fork? And I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, yeah, but there was a fork. And I'm like, I don't know, but I bring my own fork. This came from my stepdad, Dave. I appreciate you, Dave. Came with my backpack that I talked shit about when I was like, I'm not a backpacker, and now I use the actual backpack that he gave me. Shame on me. And shame on me for making fun of the presents that my mom's got me and all the other things that I was extremely biased towards or selfish and entitled to, and I should have been more appreciative and more grateful. End up talking shit for the Christmas presents that she got from Walmart, and I'm like, I'll never wear that. Are you kidding me? These weird ass fucking plaid ass slippers. I still feel that way, but I should have been more grateful. And we all know what it's like to be misunderstood or feel like we're in the right, and the only thing that we can do is to choose peace. You got two choices. You can choose peace or you can choose to be right. These two cannot occupy the same space, right? Like, if you're still arguing that you're right, then you're not choosing the peace, and you're just choosing your ego and your own perspective and the argument, versus somebody that chooses peace and says, hey, I'd rather just disagree to agree. Let's move on to newer things, and maybe we don't share the same perspective, but we can move along happily. So miscommunications happen, friends change, people rearrange. I thought it was closer to my buddy than before. I thought he was going to help me with my shit. I just needed a ride to get to the next car while it was raining, and he was like, no, take care of it yourself, walked away. We haven't been really friends since. He actually showed up to the shop, to the back door, to pick up some posters in an hour, and literally avoided me when he usually came to this window knocking, like, hey, let's go for a smoke. Obviously, it's day 3 without me smoking weed, which I'm really grateful for. I just don't need it anymore. I just was like, not only can I not afford it, but to buy somebody else their beer while they're giving me weed, or meet me at the bar so I can go pick up my own drugs so I can stay high and not stay aware. I was just like, I just don't need it anymore. I don't want to smoke any more tobacco with it. I don't need weed with it. I tried to meet my friend. He was like, hey, come out for a smoke. I'm running to the fucking train. He said, platform 5. The train pulled up. I hopped on it. He wasn't answering the phone. It said miscommunication. Literally, he was on the phone while I got there, so I hopped on that train. Apparently, it was the wrong train, and I went up like 2 stops, and I was just like, finally he answered, and I'm like, bro, you didn't answer the fucking phone. And I was like, I'm on the train. He said, good for you. I said, I'm going home. I'm going home. And sure as shit, once he got done getting weed and wanted to hang out with me, I was like, I'm already in my underwear eating milk and cookies, bro. We're miscommunicating. And and I don't want to be fired up. I don't want to argue with my friends, and I don't need weed that bad. So I don't need weed. I don't need anything. I just need a healthy perspective and to keep myself healthy. And that's this morning's motivation. Even without the mota, you can still be motivated. And all my videos are edited, and now you're getting video in a sec. More shorts are coming. If you got anything out of this, you already know. Like, share, and subscribe below. And as always, peace and love. I'm a heart from the start. Peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I am and that's where I'll be. And also the other side of your perspective. You should be able to be wrong. You should be teachable and actually learn that not everything goes your way or should go your way, or should you report it to the Better Business Bureau because you were ill prepared in anyway. So like that's my morning motivation. I got work to do. Go be blessed, not stressed. Peace. Be do.